Trojan family, Trojan gang. It's your boy Fight On Forever building. And today we finna talk about this loss to Penn State by our USC Trojans. Tough game. Tough game to lose, man. I was sitting here after this game in the crowd, right? The energy was great. The atmosphere was solid. Seemed like USC was controlling the whole game. Then the second half happened. I thought we were supposed to be the second half team. But the problem was we was up 20-6 and the adjustments was on Penn State, and they made the adjustments, and USC didn't have time to counter, and there wasn't no time to go in the locker room and make the adjustment, and they just won the game. Completely dominated the second half, controlled the game. Man, I'm sorry, Trojan fans. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Y'all know this is Quarter Sports. No sunshine pumping, no sugarcoat. I'm gonna keep it raw and real, right? This team is not who we thought they were, right? After the first 2 games of the season, this team is not who we thought they were. And that starts up top. And when I mean not who we thought they were, I don't mean talent-wise. I don't mean we thought this team had a gang of talent and they got no talent. No, this team got talent. This team got skill, right? I'm talking about the mentality. The mentality of this team. That's what I'm talking about. The mentality of this team, the personality of this team, right? And that all starts at the top. It all starts at the top, ladies and gentlemen. If we were riding 3 years back, Lincoln Riley coming to SC, we looked at Lincoln Riley, a whole different type coach. We looked at Lincoln Riley as is. It's only a matter of time before he won a championship. We looked at Lincoln Riley like the Sean McVay of the college football level, right? Young, great little scheme. Players love him. Player-friendly system, right? All these great things. Great quarterback, the fella. Great. This is a great mind. We looked at Lincoln Riley as a great mind, one of the top elite coaches that's gonna put it together one day. And we definitely didn't look at him with no chinks in his armor on the offensive side of the ball. We knew about the defense wasn't that great, right? We knew about the struggles, but we kind of looked at that as an Oklahoma thing, I guess. Maybe he couldn't get a great defense at Oklahoma because he feel like he can recruit at the level at Oklahoma. I remember people were saying that when he lost in the playoffs, in the big games he did lose, his team was a lesser talented team when he lost against Georgia and other teams, the Texans or whatever. It was looked at he had the lesser talented team. If he just had a little bit more talent, he would be a great coach. And we felt like coming to SC, that combination with him as head coach, we'll be able to get him enough talent to get over the hump. Fast forward the 3 years now, all that's over with. That's over with. He ain't who we thought he is, bro. He ain't not at this point. Now he is young and you could always improve and you could get better at a coach. And it did take Harbaugh a long time to get Michigan back where they were, but still Harbaugh in year 3 had made progression from year 1. Right? Now, the reason why we look at Riley different from situations like yesterday, right? The timeout situation. Now, I done heard both sides. At the timeout situation. One side, oh, what are you doing? Call timeout, preserve the clock, punch this in. 2, oh, he trying to say before a walk-off, not leave no time on the clock. Right? That's the problem I have right there, if you ask me. You cannot have the ball on offense driving for the game-winning drive, thinking about getting a field goal and walking off. You're the offense. Your job is to put up 7. Is that why when we got them interceptions, we only kicked 2 field goals? That's why we only got 6 points or 2 interceptions for the vanilla attitude from so willing to settle for a field goal, right? When you going for the game-winning drive, I'm thinking end zone. I'm thinking end zone, but no, Lincoln Riley ain't even thinking end zone. He already thinking past the possession. During the possession, you should not be thinking, oh, if we score too fast, we might lead him too much time. That's the defensive problem. I'm the head coach. On top of that, I'm the offensive coordinator. So my job is to score, right? My job isn't necessarily to protect the defense. I mean, we're going to play complimentary ball. But when it's a game-winning drive, I'm focused on the ball and scoring and putting the ball back in the defense hands with a touchdown instead of a field goal, right? So that's weak. That's a loser mentality. That's non-killer instinct. You got the ball. Why are you thinking about kicking a walk-off field goal when you're supposed to be thinking about putting the ball in the end zone for a touchdown, right? Right? You ain't worried about the clock. It was already under 2 minutes anyway, and then you taking it for granted that you're going to score. How you taking it for granted that you're going to score, right? Think we already have missed a kick? Didn't the dude miss 2 kicks this game? The one in the overtime and another one? Either or if he didn't or not, you do not supposed to be playing for the field goal. You are USC, right? Why would you play for the settle, and why are you playing defense when you got the ball? Right? Why are you submissive? Why are you playing scary ball? Oh, I'm scared to lead them too much time. No, go score these points and tell the defense, go get it done. Score these points, score this touchdown, had a Coliseum rocking, and make them drive down the field with 30 seconds left. Right? To the point, I kind of understand the logic, but you can't start playing like that and you're not even in field goal range yet. Okay, you want the walk-off field goal. I understand that, not lead them time on the clock. I understand that because our defense was getting ran through all the second half. I understand that. You didn't trust the defense, right? You didn't trust the defense, right? But you can't be running the clock out and you ain't even in scoring position yourself. Because what happened? End up throwing a pick. Now it's overtime. Now you don't even get to attempt at the field goal, right? Running that time took away the attempt. You like, no, Carter, the interception took away the attempt. No, it didn't, because if they would have snapped the ball at 35 seconds instead of letting it run to 14 seconds, Miller Moss probably wouldn't have forced that pass. They probably got a whole different play call. They had the pass with 14 seconds left because they wasn't in field goal range. So they had to pass, right? When if it's 35 seconds left, you could have had the option of run in pass, maybe running a little closer, running down the middle, so he could have a down the middle kick, right? Right? But no, you start playing that, you ain't even in field goal position. I can see if you running the clock and you already in field goal range. How was we running the clock and trying to get a walk off and we wasn't even in range yet? He do everything backwards. Don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It's retarded. Get in field goal range, then trying to run the clock. Bozo. And that's a loser mentality that this team has. It start from up top. Now this is the third close loss, right? This is the third close loss in a close competitive game. What do you call a team who always win the close games? Close wins, always pulling out. What do you call that? A team with heart, a team with guts, a team with the winning DNA, with a winning mentality that comes up clutch from their preparation and mentality. You become a clutch player because the way you think, the mentality, right? I remember I was listening to Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba, rest his soul, rest in peace. And he said, they say, Kobe, how you hit all these clutch shots, these tough shots and all this, like, you know, Kobe got a ton of game winners, right? And he said, I just look at it as, I just got to just make one more shot. I done made 1 million shots in my life. And this is what he's thinking about when he's shooting clutch shots in the game. Kobe said, I done made 1 million shots in my life. So when I'm in that situation where I got to make a clutch shot, I'm just telling myself, I just got to just make one shot. I just made this 1 million times. I practiced this and did this 1 million. I just need to make one. I done made 1 million. And that type of mind state, putting your mind in that type of state makes it easier. Man, I just need to make one. Instead of, man, I gotta make this big shot. Man, if I miss this, man, it over. Oh my God, if I miss, oh, we might lose. Come on, Lord, please let this shot go in. Nah, it's like, man, I just gotta make one shot and we good. We don't have that mentality. We had a mentality, oh Lord, oh my God. We just trying to walk out of here with a victory. We don't have the mentality, that Mamba mentality, to go kill it and take your throat and have no fear and have the confidence in getting done, because we didn't prepare. We didn't prepare so hard that we know we gonna get it done and we confident in ourselves. And in them clutch moments, we supposed to be thinking, man, I just gotta make one play. I just gotta make one completion. Miller Marks, I done made 1 million completions. I just gotta make one more. I done made 1 million catches. I just have to make one more. I done broke 1 million tackles. I just gotta break one more. Right? I done my assignment 1 million times. I gotta do it just one more time. And them the teams and type of players that excel in the clutch in tough situations, because their mentality, and it produces a winning DNA. A winning DNA that starts up top with a team, and it starts up top with a player in your head and your mind. Then it go down to your body. Everything starts up top with the coach, with your mind, and then your body will follow. Right? If you prepare yourself, train your body, get your body right, get yourself right, the body is going to do what the mind says. The body is going to do what the mind says. So our minds ain't right, and that starts at the coach. So if we done lost 3 close games basically the same way on the last possession, heartbreaking, can't get it done, when we have the chance to put the game away, we can't put it away, and the other teams put the game away every time. Don't y'all know, in these 3 losses, the other teams is 7 for 7 on 4th downs. That's a loser mentality, y'all. Our coach got a loser mentality. That's why we lose all these close games. We can't stop and get off the field on 4th down to save our lives. 7 for 7? You mean to tell me Minnesota, Michigan, and Penn State was combined for 7 for 7 on 4th down against USC? I'm sorry. I am sorry. That's a loser mentality. How do you lose every time it's crucial? Every time you need a crucial stop, a crucial play, you fail. And every time you play in a team, they make that play. Every single time, it's guaranteed that Minnesota was going to be clutch and do what they got to do. Michigan, it was all guaranteed. USC didn't stand no chance. 7 for 7 on 4th downs. That's what you do to your little brother. We getting son. Hey, ever play sports with your little brother and you let him make it competitive, but when it's do or die, you just win. Okay, little brother, I got to score this time, or I got to stop you. I'm finna do it. You can't stop it, no matter what. 6 or 7 times in a row, when it's needed, I got it deep down inside to beat you every time. These Big Ten teams have it in them inside to dig down and beat us every time in a close game. Because our mentality of our head coach trickled down to the team, that loser mentality that let me try to walk out of here with a victory, try to run the clock off with a field goal as a clock runner, but I ain't even in the field goal range. That loser, non-aggressive, non-competitive personality, non-killer instinct, building this type of mentality and DNA, and our team is making us weak mentally, and we'll lose goddamn every close game. Right? This is a pattern, and it is a problem, and this is a personality problem. Right? And I'm sorry, Trojan fans. I'm sorry. Lynn ain't it. I thought it was. I thought he was. He was brutally outcoached the second half. He was brutally outcoached the second half. See, USC was up 20-6 the first half. Penn State was getting shut down and didn't show much but a couple of passes to Tyler Bourne. Right? So the adjustment wasn't on USC at the half, especially not the defense, when they only gave up 6 points, think had 2 picks. Right? You hear me? right? So the adjustment was on Penn State, and guess what? Boy, they made the adjustment, and Lynn couldn't go to the locker room. He couldn't make the adjustment on the fly. And I hear a lot of coaches say it's hard to make adjustments on the fly. You can't make adjustments during the game. Bullshit. BS. Right? Yes, you can. You can see what's happening. You can say, oh, especially when you got a tight end that got 17 catches. Right? Do that remind me of Alex Grinch, Utah, Dalton Kincaid? Why? How? Why do we get these defensive coordinators that'll let a tight end go mayhem? Right? Why do we get the defensive coordinators that let a tight end go mayhem? At least Alex Grinch said, I'm going to put a safety on him. The problem with Alex Grinch, he put a 5'9" safety on a 6'6" tight end. D'Anton Lynn went away into the fourth quarter to put Kamari Ramsey on a dude that had 200 yards receiving. You should never give 200 yards up to a tight end. 17 catches. Are you playing with me? Are you playing with me? And it ain't like he was just cooking. It wasn't like, oh, coach, I can't guard him. His route's impeccable. No, USC running that bullshit zone, 2 cover high, and the tight end is running to the gaps in the defense, right? A zone cover certain parts of the field, it can't cover the whole field, right? Since we ain't got no pass protection, I give Lynn that, because his defense would be better if we had, not pass protection, but if we had a pass rush. His scheme will work a lot better, because eventually his scheme only can hold up in coverage for so long. The type of players the type of plays he plays. Lord, I'm at the game, y'all. I'm looking at the game from the stands, and I'm seeing a view that we can't see on TV. And even on plays that Penn State, the quarterback can find nobody, players was breaking through D'Anton Lynn's defense, calling his zones. The offensive coordinator for Penn State was able to find the holes in D'Anton Lynn's zone, right? And he discovered, man, ain't nobody got the flats. We want to keep our 2 safeties so high, ain't nobody got the flats, right? You might have one linebacker, but he get occupied by a tight end, right? So D'Anton Lynn was getting cooked. You're getting cooked by the offensive coordinator if all he needs is one receiver and he draw up 17 plays to get this dude the ball, right? That's ridiculous. I give D'Anton Lynn 2 caveats. He's a young DC that's only his 2nd season. It's his 2nd season now. All the other schools got film on his defense and the way it works. And his defense is best with a pass rusher, right? We don't get, man, we couldn't sack the quarterback to save our life, bro. To save our life. We cannot sack the quarterback. We could be right there. It don't matter who breaking in. We make every quarterback look like Caleb Williams in the pocket the few times we do break free. So the D'Anton defense with no pass rush don't work. Simple. It don't work. And it's a vanilla type defense, right? It sits in neutral. It's never ultra aggressive against the run, and it's soft against the pass, and it shows little trust in DBs and man coverage. We be in zone most of the game. I was here watching the game, and we play a lot of zone, and we mix it up sometimes. But every time we got in that zone, man, they was able to find that crease between the linebacker and the safety up them seams, because that's where the hole in D'Anton Lynn too high cover 2 zone, man. Right? No adjustments was made. They finally put Kamari Ramsey on them, but they already had it rolling, and they already had discovered the holes in the defense. Okay, you're going to put Kamari Ramsey on our guy. It's okay. We're going to run some other players in the hole in your zone. Matter of fact, we go throw to the running back out the backfield, and he can walk in the end zone, right? That offensive coordinator torched D'Anton Lynn in the 2nd half. Torched him, smoked him, right? I never thought in my life I'll see another tight end get 17, 18 catches versus USC, man. Why do we have to have bozos? Now, I give Lynn, it's like I said, he's a young coach. He's a young coach, but he got whooped on, right? He got whooped on against Penn State, his alma mater, man. He got whooped on, man. And I ain't gonna question his integrity and say he let his alma mater win, because it was just night and day, our defense for the first. How in the first half, our defense, they can't do nothing against us, and our defense is elite to where we can't stop them at all. That's that adjustment, right? That's, oh, I done figured out your scheme, Lynn. I see what you're doing. And I'm gonna make this adjustment, and you ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it, right? But Lincoln Riley ain't no excuses for him. He in his 8th, 9th year as a coach. I still got faith in Lynn that he can make these adjustments and see what we talking about, bruh. You can't keep your safeties always too high. Bruh, they gonna try to hit you in the flat up the seams. I think now that after the game, I think he could look back at it and be like, I should have did this. I think this morning, Tom Lynn looked at the film and know what he should have did in the second half, but it was too late for him to make them adjustments. Lincoln Riley, oh no. His stripes is just his stripes, right? A Tiger can't change his stripes. And what we see from Lincoln Riley, that's his stripes, bro. And I am sorry. I know y'all love Miller Moss. I know you do. I love him too. True Trojan, loyalty, held it down, set it down. But he's not that guy. He's not it. He's not bad. He's in between a game manager and a difference maker. Miller Moss ain't a difference maker. He can't make up for no deficiencies. He can't carry a team. He can't single-handedly win a game, right? He just an average quarterback. He below game manager status, right? You know, he below game manager status. I mean, he above that, but that's just it. That's just it. So I'm at the game, so many missed crucial throws, and I'm sorry. Though y'all always want to blame the offensive line. Well, if Miller just had time. Miller had time. And still was mediocre. Still almost threw 2 or 3 picks. He had 2 picks drop. Right? He had time. And with these receivers, in this quarterback-friendly offense, with the talented receivers we do have, if you got time to throw and you upright for the most game, you should at least throw 3 to 4 TDs minimum with this receiving core against the teams we've been playing. That's what been frustrating. We ain't even play no great teams. Penn State is a good team. Michigan is a good bit. The team we lost is just all right. We actually got more talent than them, right? And that was frustrating. I could watch these games and tell USC got the better talent, but all these losses, the other team had the better coaches, and that sucks. And Miller Moss, he can't excel this team, right? He can't carry this team to a next level, right? He can do his job, but that is about it. We need a quarterback that's gonna get it done, not miss a 5-yard slant by 5 yards. A quarterback that is not going to throw a back shoulder fade to 5'9" receivers. A quarterback that's not going to consistently miss players deep for touchdowns, right? Like, I don't know why people think Miller Moss so accurate. I'm at this game. You know how many passes he missed? We sitting there at the game. Oh, somebody. Oh, he right. Oh, Miller just missed him. No, he is not it, bro. He is not it. But all in all, if the head coach was that dude, if the head coach had the right personality and right mentality to lead teams, everything that I just said, USC would have found a way to win at least 2 of these 3 losses. For sure. We definitely wouldn't have lost against Michigan, right? We definitely wouldn't have lost against a team when a quarterback only threw for 32 yards. We definitely would have lost, right? But we have the opposite mentality of a team who always finds a way to win. We have the mentality that equals out to we always gonna be this close. You know, Lincoln Riley say, "Oh, we're this close. We're so close." We always gonna lose so close because our coach just don't got it. He got skills, he got X's and O's, he know how to develop, he know how to teach. He don't know how to establish that right mentality and culture that's gonna win these tough games. It take culture, it take mentality and personality to win these close games. We had the mentality and personality to lose these games all the time, back to back. I'm talking about missed field goals in overtime. I'm talking about giving up 2 4th downs. That's the whole punctuation of this of this video. That's the whole punctuation of the mentality of this team and the result of this team in a loser mentality. You're a loser and you have a loser mind state. You're anti-clutch. You're allergic to winning and coming up when you give up 2 goddamn 4th downs and you knew what they was gonna do. Wasn't like it was 4th and inches. It was 4th and passing. You knew it, man. You knew they had to pass. And guess what? They completed 2 passes on 4th downs when we knew they had to pass, man. That's on DeAnton Lynn. I know one of them, Humphrey, messed up. This is a team loss because the players should have played better too, but I can see why the players don't play better in certain moments. You're gonna obtain the personality and mentality of your coach, especially at a high school and college level, right? And we know our coach, he just ain't that guy. He just ain't that guy. How many close games we lost? How many big games we lost? He just ain't that guy. We can see PJ Fleck. We can see lesser talented coaches out-coach and win because their mentality is better, right? Their mentality is better. Skills and ability is nothing, right? It's nothing. It's about your mentality, and we just ain't got it. We got a loser mentality, Trojan fans. Could that change? I don't know. It ain't gonna change overnight. Can we win some games still? Yeah. Highly competitive ones? I don't know. How the highly competitive close games? We're gonna drop most of them, guys. We're gonna drop most of them. And the way that we play, we really ain't gonna pretty much blow nobody out, right? We got a defense that gonna give you easy plays. We got a defense that gonna give up time of possession against quality teams. So our offense is not gonna get as many possessions to even blow somebody out, right? The way the Big Ten play and the way we be trying to play, we're not gonna blow many teams out, right? So most games is gonna be a close game. Right, and when it's a close game, these demons gonna appear. We already lost 3 close games. So the next close game, say if USC will be playing Maryland on the road, it's tough, hostile environment, crowd. The team gonna fold. They're gonna be thinking about them 3 losses, and it gonna become a mind thing. Keep losing close games to get in your head, and you're gonna have the negative confidence to do it. Right. So if they was winning all these close games in the close game, they'll feel comfortable. They will feel comfortable. They will feel at home, and they're gonna feel like they're gonna pull it out. But since they done lost all these close games, another close game, they're gonna feel uncomfortable, and they're gonna find a way to lose it, right? Either the offense gonna stall, or the defense ain't gonna be able to stop nobody, right? So that's just what it is, Trojan fans. Let's stick and support these teams and these players, but we gotta lower expectation. We gotta be aiming for the Alamo Bowl, the Holiday Bowl, something like that. Hopefully get a favorable opponent, and we end the season on a good note, like we did with Louisville, and then come back next season and hopefully have a great recruiting class, right? Because that's all this season is left to play for, is the recruits. We ain't nothing to play for in the field, guys. Nothing to play for in the field. So it is about keeping these recruits. And next year is going to even be tougher. That's what I'm saying. It's brutal. It's going to be a brutal couple years for us, right? We can't stack. We ain't building no momentum. We're going to be in year 4 next year, and we're going to have the full reset on the defense. Everybody, the whole defense is gone next year. Jalen Smith going to be gone next year. Jacoby Covington going to be gone next year. Akili Arnold is going to be gone next year. Grady Vance is going to be gone next year. Right? Mascarenas Arnold gonna be gone next year. Mason Cobb gonna be gone next year. Nate Clifton gonna be gone next year. Gavin Meyer gonna be gone next year. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? The whole damn defense is about to be gone, right? And that's half of a team or 1/3 of a team. And we got to rebuild our whole damn defense, right? Then we starting over because all them guys that's gone, there's no proving. It's freshmen behind them. It's players that we don't even know how they gonna turn out. They ain't even proven them yet. And they like we were loading and we're super deep on the defensive side of the ball, right? We're going to have to go into the transfer portal just to have enough bodies, right? That whole defensive line is gone. Kobe Pepe gonna be gone. Gavin Meyer gonna be gone. Nate Clifton gonna be gone. Jamil Muhammad gonna be gone, right? That whole front line. Anthony Lucas, he could go into the draft if he want to. I doubt it though. He ain't been able to get no damn sacks. And the Big Ten has affected him the most, right? Anthony Lucas get held every game majorly, right? He get held every game for sure, right? So the whole defense is gonna be gone. And for everybody I named, we don't have a replacement right there, right? We just got young freshmen that ain't proved themselves. We gonna have to go into the portal again, so it's ugly. It's ugly. Next year, this supposed to be in a year. This supposed to be in a year where we got that traction and we put in work. Next year, do y'all understand the whole defense is gone? And we're gonna have to bring in portal players. And that's the problem. Bringing in portal players, you know what I'm saying? They be mercenaries coming for the bag or just playing time. A lot of portal players just be selfish, thinking about themselves. It's hard to have a team full of players, half a transfer portal players, because a lot of them players, hey, they ain't invested in the team like that. They invested in themselves. They don't love USC and necessarily university. If that's the case, they would have came to USC out of high school. A lot of these portal players, this is their last chance to get enough playing time and be in position to go to the NFL. That's what portal players are thinking about. They're thinking about the NFL, right? Now, you might get a dude that transfer after his freshman year and he still got college aspirations on their mind, but it's hard to build a culture full of transfer players who wasn't there from the beginning, who wasn't ball in and sold in and came in just like every other kids. So we next year we like and I'm telling y'all, we're gonna need major players in the portal next year on the offense and defensive side of the ball, particularly on the offensive line when Maheim and Pregnon leave and that whole defense, right? So then it's gonna be who we gonna get in the transfer portal, balance out. It's gonna be again, is USC gonna pony up? This is the offseason that if we don't pony up bread, if we have the Dominique Williams situation, Derek Harmon, Jamari Caldwell, if we have these situations again, where we coming up lacking to getting these players in the portal and getting us a necessary talent, because let's keep it real. We didn't acquire, we felt good about this team and this roster after the LSU win. But obviously this roster ain't that great, right? So now as the season played along, right? As this season played along, what we did get in the transfer portal is hurting us. We didn't get some great offensive line in the transfer portal when we needed. That's have hurt us, right? We didn't get nobody besides Gavin Meyer in the defensive line in the trenches that have hurt us. We don't get no pass rush. We missed out on the Pittsburgh defensive end pass rusher. We missed out on every pass rusher, right? And didn't address it, right? We didn't get it. We only dude we got on the D-line was Gavin Meyer. We actually need 3 or 4, and that's showing, because you know what? The Anton Lynn defense can't thrive without no elite pass rusher. We should have put our money where our mouth is, period, point blank. Only thing we really address is the secondary, right? So if USC don't go all hands deck this off season, we might as well call it, it's over, right? We ain't a serious program, right? If we don't go all in, watching this season after getting these coaches and watching these seasons, and we don't go all in for the players after we went all in for these coaches, we're not a serious program, and Lincoln Riley's gonna be out of here. If we don't do, Lincoln Riley is not gonna go into season 4 and go 500. Because all these players we losing on defense, if we don't get great replacements, we're going to struggle again next year mightily, brutally. We're going to struggle again next year mightily, brutally. And Lincoln Riley ain't going to be for that, bro. If the fourth season we are struggling and we take a step back, which we possibly and easily can if we plan, Lincoln Riley is jumping ship. And at this point, we probably don't care. But then it's the whole program at the top, period, right? It's a program problem, right? We got to be able to compete. We thought we was able to compete if we just got the right players, great coaching. We could coach up 3 stars and do all this. No, our coaches is not good enough to coach up 3 stars like Utah do. They're not that good. They're not. Our team of coaches isn't good enough because we losing the team with lesser talent. Great coaching staff never does that, right? So making lemons out of lemonade, we ain't got that type of staff. That I see that staff ain't gonna do it. So it's back to what we were saying in the off season. We have to get the best of the best players, and we got to put our money where our mouth is. It's not, look, Oregon just beat Ohio State, bro. Oregon, the #1 team in the Big Ten, they gonna continue to crush in recruiting, right? Especially with the West Coast. These West Coast kids love Oregon. USC is struggling in the big. Oregon is thriving, right? They just run over so many. They just earned 3 or 4 commitments with the Oregon with that win over Ohio State. And we didn't lost a couple with our loss to Penn State. And they probably flip over to Oregon. Now I know Scott Strader said something that the kid was upbeat and they won't end at USC. But Scott Strader done been wrong so many times, bro. He's a sunshine pumper himself. So I don't give a damn what Scott Strader said about what some 2026 commitment kid said about USC. By the time they come here in 2026, Lincoln Riley ass probably ain't even gonna be here. Or his luster and all that is going to be all the way gone, right? So I don't even give a damn about none of that. USC better put their goddamn money where their mouth is next off season, or it's another failed season. And we're failing. It should be embarrassing to be so mediocre. And we got $100 million coach, and we ain't shit. But until then, it's Carter Sports. It's Trojan City. It's SC. So let's go.